Now let me take you back to that fateful day at Corcoran Prison. In my opinion, the guards were plotting to kill Manson. The prison, notorious for its danger, was not only filled with the dangerous inmates, but also corrupt guards. They would intentionally unlock doors, releasing inmates into rival territory, setting the stage for violent encounters. And that's exactly what happened in Manson's unit this day. Do you have a fascination for crime shows? Yeah, this is my Barker. Everybody needs to talk to somebody about what they're interested in. And if you're interested in crime, this is the place. Whether it be serial killers or gangsters or old-time gangsters. I had someone special to talk with about those cases. Charles Manson. I couldn't find anybody to talk to crime, talk to about crime about, hey, let's talk about serial killers. People just like, what? So, better to talk about serial killers with than to the serial killers or to Charles Manson. And I did that, and we're going to listen to it and talk about it. Manson had personal connections with some of history's most notorious criminals. One-on-one personal connections with these people. And he loved recounting their tales. But little did he know, or little did they know, that they one day would end up sharing his tales too. Manson knew serial killers personally that you couldn't find in books. This is the captivating story of a serial killer, a gangster, and Charles Manson. Juan Corona, the serial killer known as the Feather River Killer, he was my pen pal as well, and he revealed to me shocking facts about the story through his prison chronos. Those are incident reports filed by him to the prison. Gang members stormed in chanting, "Kill the rats," and headed straight for Manson, who was innocently playing his guitar out in the yard. Amid the chaos, his guitar was snatched and used as a weapon against serial killer Juan Corona. No shots were fired this day, but amidst the brawl, Manson managed to slip away unnoticed and locked himself back into his own cell for his own protection. When trouble happened, Manson didn't stick around. He was well seasoned in prison life. He took off right back to his cell, locked that door, and just sat there and waited. Later, I asked Manson about that guitar that got smashed over Juan Corona's head. And he informed me that it was a gift from a famous gangster. A famous gangster who once graced the FBI's most wanted list. It has something to do with her. A gangster that actually spent time in Alcatraz prison.
Alvin Karpis from Alcatraz sent it to me from Spain. It's handmade.
Really?
It's just by itself it's $5,000. And that's not counting. You knew who Alvin Karpis was?
Yeah.
He taught me how to play the guitar. He's
From Alcatraz, he was with the Ma Barker gang.
yeah, I got busted at Ma Barker's ranch.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
Yeah. So I looked up to eternity.
Yeah, I never thought of that. You did, though.
Yeah, you big angel, man. You don't even know.
Shit, it's
Just beginning to wake up a little bit.
a big circle is what it is, huh?
Yeah, the devil's melting out of you, man, and righteousness is coming in, man.
Yeah.
You're slick, smart young man. But you're not even a young man anymore, man. He's looking at you, man. You're kind of old now, man.
I know. No. When you said that you looked in the mirror and you seen you're an old man, I do the same thing, man.
The media often portrayed Charles Manson as unstable, and they were more than happy to put words in his mouth that he didn't actually say. But if they'd done their research actually to do these programs, and they weren't trying to give you any information, all they were trying to give you basically is entertainment. They were using Manson as entertainment. It wasn't nothing about no news what they was bullshitting you about. Maybe they would have found out a little bit more information. But again, they like to bait people. They like to put words into people's mouths.
You met one man who I think most people would agree is mentally unstable in prison. At least one. That's Charles Manson. Before the Tate murders,
Well, he wasn't, no, I wouldn't say that he was, how did you term it? About him being unstable?
Yeah.
Well, he was this type of guy. He was probably one of the most mild and meekest sort of persons I ever met in a prison. I never knew of him to even have an argument with anyone, much less a quarrel. And he was a happy-go-lucky sort of kid. He was rather shiftless. They couldn't get him up in the morning to get him to his job unless somebody woke him up. He didn't want to shave sometime, and they'd have to threaten to shave him without any lather or anything if he didn't straighten up and fly right in that respect.
Did you really teach him to play the guitar?
No, I taught him music. He would chord and sing, but he didn't, when he would form the chords, he didn't know the notes or anything. He didn't know how to read music. So I taught him chord construction and the inversions and harmony and different things
Done
like
any
that.
real research, they might have stumbled upon Alvin Karpis's book, where it described Manson as meek, mild, and never caused any trouble. Well, this is what Alvin Karpis said about Manson in his book. This kid approaches me to request music lessons. He wants to learn the guitar to become a music star. Little Charlie is so lazy and shiftless, I doubt whoever put in the time required to learn. The youngster has been in institutions all his life. First orphanages, then reformatories, and finally federal prison. His mother, a prostitute, was never around to look after him. I decided it's time someone did something for him, and to my surprise, he learns quickly. He has a pleasant voice and his pleasing personality. Although he's usually meek and mild for a convict, he never has a harsh word to say and is never involved in any argument. Alvin Creepy Karpis. And when it boils down to it, this gangster from Alcatraz, Alvin Creepy Karpis, he's the only one that's seen any potential in this kid, Charlie Manson. Talking about and discussing crime is kind of a passion of mine, as you can see. But discussing it with Charles Manson was like an experience of no other. So if you're a fan of crime stories like I am, obviously, like the video, comment below, and even subscribe. Talk about something different the next time. Well, not really different, pretty much the same, but different, you know what I mean. Talk about crime. All we talk about is crime. That's it, just crime. So, until next time, as always, thank you for joining me, each and every one of you. And if you've watched up to this point, until next time, we talk about more of the dark side of humanity. At least that's what my friends think. Peace.